finally ready when it's almost 12. I believe we gotta go that way, no?
We're going to the vintage?
Yeah. Just got some work done and now heading to the Duomo. was closed, so we just stumbled upon this place. story time, we were followed by a pickpocketer who also was a homeless person. Okay, so while walking in the center of Florence, I was just walking like straight into a bookstore, and I see this guy who's homeless, and he's like passing from left to right. And I'm like hyper aware of my surroundings, so I did notice him, but I thought he'd just, you know, go to the right. And I'm passing straight. And then I suddenly notice this guy's entered the bookstore. So I tell Rav, I'm like, hey, you know what? This guy's following us for sure. And then he was following us. And then the moment we kind of like also stood our ground and just stared him down, he realized that we knew he's there, and he just starts to pretend to look at stuff to buy, like a homeless person with ripped clothes trying to buy books at a bookstore. Yeah, then we kind of like were watching him, and the moment he noticed that we weren't around him, he just found a way to like get out of the store, even from like the place where you couldn't exit from. He just like, the moment he saw that we weren't looking anymore, he exited. So yeah, just a reminder to be super aware of your surroundings.